what we are working with here at the minute in holographic breathing, when we're working with the organs and these different circuits, this is kind of a long training. This is like learning acupuncture or shiatsu or Ayurvedic medicine, but in an experiential way. It's not like you're reading it in a book. I show you the anatomy, but you're dropping into the energies of these different circuits and also these different organs. So there are 6 main energies that we work with. And I guess if you include kind of transcendence and moving into or connecting with the higher energies, then that's kind of 7 energies. So you get 7 chakras in a way. But also when you include the organs, it becomes a multifaceted healing system where each organ has its own particular energies that people will start to become accustomed to as they work with the different organs. And people are coming well, probably now quite, because we've, as I say, we've done the fire circuit a lot, probably quite accustomed to the energies of their ovaries, uterus, prostate, testes. Also the heart is quite an easy one, the qualities of the hara and the qualities of the thymus gland. But all of the organs are like that. They all have specific energies and relate to different areas of the spine and have different energy points. So in this, there is the possibility of a in-depth healing system, which you can easily carry on with investigating and unraveling for the rest of your life. So it's not just a small thing. You can do it as a small thing. You can come to separate webinars, and each one is whole on itself. So you can come along, you can learn something deeply healing and can practice that. But as many people are noticing who come every week, that there is a great deal of depth to this, and that we're only really scratching the surface at the minute, including myself. I don't claim to know the whole of this and am fully acquainted with the energies. And as we travel through, a lot of the time, I'm just getting the information at the same time as I'm speaking it to you. The only teacher that I know of who taught this or something very similar to this. I mean, the organs and the energies are the same, but the way I've mapped it out in the body, through the cranium, through the face, through the pelvis, it's different. But Diraj, he brought through a thing called Tibetan pulsing, and it's very similar to that, and the organs are similar to that. And that did, apparently, he was working with a Tibetan guide who was also on the other side, and his work continually evolved. So there is a bare bones structure of what he brought through in Tibetan pulsing in this. But I feel, Diraj, there quite a lot in healing of myself, but my feeling is this is, when it comes from the other side, this is connecting to his teachers and the whole body of knowledge, because they're definitely, you know, it isn't just Diraj, or it is not a lot of Diraj, to be honest. There is the light that came from that, and I can't really say 100%. So just letting you know the general arena that we're moving into. And I also say, when we run these webinars, that be aware over the next few days, those energies will be percolating and working through. And I did have someone email me saying, well, after a couple of days, then I start getting a release in this area. And that is about right. When we work with these energies in this way, it kind of opens up a gate, so the energy can travel through those energy systems, through those organs, and it feels nice, feels opening, can feel blissful, can feel awakening. And that is great. But over the days after the webinar, the stuff that was in the way of that happening, kind of the dust or the things that stopping that being like that all the time and working, that comes up to the surface to be processed. And there's also something magical about these particular energies we're working with and how we're working with them. In that, other people kind of said, well, it's like that area clears and suddenly it doesn't just clear in myself, but suddenly my family starts treating me differently, or work starts treating me differently. It's a bit like when we clear something in ourselves, our whole reality around us falls in line with that. So that's kind of how I see it, just to give an outline of what we're doing, and the time wise on it, really, because a lot of people just come along and they don't really know what's involved, and I don't really know what's involved. But you can take this on as a very deep endeavor that you'll never come to the end of, and that it's not just energy systems in us. There is a spiritual connection to the other side, and I have my guidance. That doesn't mean when you work with it, it will be the same guidance. It may be other guides and other lights that come to you to help with it. So that is what we're working with. And sorry, I've got my eyes closed because something's coming through, and it's hard to have my eyes open when it's coming through. So sorry about that. And today, it seems that we're going to open up this channel that is the small intestines. And the small, I think, just because I've talked about the channel, it's just coming through loud and clear. It's just hard to have my eyes open because it's coming through down through that area. So I'll speak a bit with my eyes closed. So we will work with the small intestines, and this often is a lot to do with early childhood.